cold and low, a sickness in the air where the shadows grow. The streets turned quiet, the sun bled red. I heard the echoes of the words they said. Stay inside, don't make a sound. Lock your doors, the dead walk the ground. But I saw their faces through the cracked glass pane, empty eyes alive with pain. Oh, the fear, it crept like a slow burning flame. We're all just pieces in a twisted game. Run, run, the dead have come. No prayers will save what we've become. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Try to survive, watch who you trust. Try not to scream, so no one will hear. The end has begun, and it's drawing near.
And what's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great week. This is Thursday night, talking about some AI tonight, just kind of getting people's opinions on it and looking at what it is, where it's going, and everything, the way it's changing the world, especially creativity. I think Dana knows that as well, as far as, not just thumbnails, but research, almost anything, right?
Yeah.
So I got Dana Witch's Brew on panel with me tonight. We may have some more companies showing up. So just Dana, though, great channel. You guys have to check her out. There'll be some links dropping, and check her out for sure. Her YouTube, Discord, and all of that good stuff. And Dana, you said you changed your thoughts a little bit on AI. I know at one point you were like, "Oh, I don't know, it's a little bit scary," and it is. It's still
It
actually.
is.
We'll talk
It
about it.
is.
It's still a little bit scary, but the creativity side, it's really changed it, right?
Yeah. I'm still absolutely terrified of AI and computers in general. I don't know if it's just the generation like I grew up in. I did not take to computers very well.
Right.
I can literally remember the time before computers, and I remember when my father got the big old box that looked like the cow. It was like the first computer we got that like came in the house, and so I'm not computer savvy, but AI, I just I just get worried how much we're going to rely on it and what
Right.
it's going to replace on the human side of it.
Right.
And
Right.
like that just makes me
Those,
nervous.
yeah, those are the questions. And just want to say hey to the chat. Hey, Caroline, thanks for joining as always and everything you do. What's up, baby Clay in the chat? KDW, what's happening? Yep, glad to see it. And Maker of Mayhem finished up jury duty. Man, hope AI never plays a
Oh,
hand in it again.
right. Right.
And
Like what was that? Mercy,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And
Uh,
so, some of you guys, you listening now or later may say, well, I thought you were a zombie channel or whatever. You talk zombies. Well, I think we talk a little bit of everything, especially when it comes to human nature and humanity and things like that. And,
Yeah.
I even did a video about what apocalypse do I think is the most realistic or might actually happen. And of course, an AI takeover is what that video was about. So AI is really getting into everything, and we'll kind of go over a few of those things. But it's the I wouldn't say it could be an apocalypse eventually anywhere down the line, but I'm just
Hmm.
hoping it's not. I'm hoping, we just keep, yeah, there may be some instances where people use it for bad, but hopefully the good prevails, and, we just keep going and avoid the apocalypse, the AI apocalypse.
Yes. Yeah. I I I just get nervous because it's like I know even with humans are fallible, we make mistakes and everything like that. It just what scares me is that when it comes to certain things, you need an emotional side to things, and we can't replace that with AI. And I
Yeah. And
feel like there's like certain things that you need emotion for,
right.
and that's where I get nervous. Like that's where I get nervous when it comes to
Well,
AI.
let's real quick, like here at the start, then go through I don't know if you call it steps of AI, evolution of AI, the next thing AI is going to be, the next version, however you want to
Hmm.
look at it. Right now, we are in I guess you would call it the Chat GPT era,
Yep.
whether you use one of the other ones, Gemini or Grok or whatever. They're all based, they're large language models, LLMs. So that's what we're dealing with right now. And the way that works, just the way it's set up, the way it's trained, and all that kind of stuff is one level of AI. And that's kind of where we're at as far as consumers like me and you, especially.
Hmm.
But then the next step, which is kind of already out there, is called multimodal AI. And what that is, it's where you could maybe ask Chat GPT, your car is like making a racket. So you're asking it what's wrong with it. Maybe you could fix it yourself or something like that. Multimodal would do things like it could listen to the engine. You wouldn't have to describe what it sounds like. Just it would listen to it. It would look at your car. It would check repair manuals. It would order parts. It would guide you through the repair, which you can kind of do now, but it would just make that almost what it is instead of having to go to two or three different steps. It would just do it. But then you've got AI agents, which is becoming a thing. But I would say around 2030, we're going to have AI agents, which, you know, whether it's Google or Chat GPT, right now, you would ask a question and it would give you an answer, right?
Yep.
AI agents solved the problem before you even knew there was a problem. It's like
Jesus.
they will be a part of every little tiny little thing about you and know you and everything about you and would be able to manage your schedule and pay your bills and tell you things you would never ever fucking know about your budget or your grocery buying habits or you know anything, how to run your business, how to do investments, how to control your health, because you would have a little monitor probably you wear on your wrist or whatever that monitors and tells the AI. So, your agent would complete all those tasks and do things beyond. It would be almost like an extension, a smart extension. But the real thing where it gets scary, I think, starting is with what's called AGI, artificial general intelligence, and that's human level AI. That's like
Okay.
that's like right now ChatGPT is learn a large language model. It learns stuff. The more stuff you put in it, it'll learn it or whatever. But that's all it knows. AGI can learn like a human can. It can reason. It can adapt to new situations. So that makes it a little more scary, especially if you put it in a military type
Oh,
conversation
yeah.
or something like
Skynet.
that.
Yes. Very
But
much.
then the next stage, or whatever you want to call it, of AI coming after that is going to be artificial superintelligence, ASI, which is beyond human. So this is where it gets, I think once we reach that stage, if we do as humanity, if there's any diseases that's not cured yet, now they are. Any physics we've got some mystery on, nope, not anymore. You know, climate problems, nope, thing of the past. Like
Hmm.
it's so smart it can fix shit, like almost anything, solve diseases. I think that's the level of AI, which, I mean, we're looking at 2050, 2060 probably, that could even happen. But then after that, like you were talking about earlier, the emotions, it doesn't have the
Hmm.
emotions. It can't replace that. Well, the stage after that, I think anyway, I would predict that it's transhumanism or like human and AI merging together, becoming one. So then it's the advantage of both. The AI gets the emotions, and the human gets the supercomputer upgrade.
See, but now what worries me is who controls all this?
Yeah, yeah, that's a big question all the way through all those stages, right?
right? Like because like even when you come to you like you said, curing diseases, right? We know that right now medicine is a money-making industry. So it's almost like you can say they want you to be sick because the more money they make, right? Between medications and doctor visits and everything like that. Do you think that our society is not so corrupt that they would let it get that far? Because if you cure diseases, then all that kind of industry goes away, no?
Yeah. And I think if we're by that point that I was telling you about, that stage that could
Hmm.
happen, we're already, I mean, multiple industries are already gone or taken over by robots and AI. I mean, we would already be at that point. Like medical may be the last thing standing, you know.
Jeez.
So, because
That's oh,
one of
that's
the
terrifying.
big questions
That's
is the
terrifying.
future of jobs, you know.
Yeah.
I've been doing some handyman work on the side, and I had to dig a ditch the other day. And yeah, they make machines for that, but it's like, you know, there just seems like some jobs would take a little longer for a robot to take over or something, right?
Hmm.
Some of that hard labor job, especially. But you know, that's the question. Not just the future of jobs. That breaks down into, well, what jobs will disappear first?
Yeah.
You know, and then second and third and fourth. But then on top of that, you've also got the question, it's like the good and bad of AI, you know, what jobs will AI create in the meantime? Maybe even more or just as many. Maybe as many jobs are lost, there's jobs gained. It just may take people retraining themselves, you know.
Right? Like, are we past the point of no return? Like, is it
Yes.
inevitable that we're going to get to that point of, like,
Yeah, I think
so
we
just
are.
like who's going to be the human behind the curtain?
I
Like,
think we are because look at the invention stream there. As far as things that really changed the way humanity is humanity, go back to fire, right? And fire is something that is nowhere else in the solar system. You could say, well, the sun's on fire. It's not really. That's different. Fire, as we know it on Earth, that's a something that actually doesn't just exist anywhere in the universe. I mean, that's a particular thing. So that's a big thing. You know, that's why they say an ocean world out there somewhere that might have intelligent beings down in the water. Well, they may not be spacefaring because they may not be able to have fire, and it takes fire to melt metal and to make a spaceship and computer. You know what I'm saying? You had to start with
mhm,
fire. That's a big thing. And of course, agriculture, the printing press was huge, bigger than people can even imagine. And then electricity. Think about when communities had electricity across the entire community suddenly.
yeah,
That's big. And then the internet, of course, is the World Wide Web, and AI is global as well. So, is it just another tool, or is it something even more so than any of those other things because of what it is, right? So,
mhm,
you know, we're past the fire. We're past agriculture. We're past printing press. We're past electricity. We're past the internet at this point. We're going to get past AI as far as just we're into it. It's a part of the world. There's no undoing it. And yes, we are already there. There's no undoing it. It's like the internet. You're not just gonna, you know, some country may turn off the internet or something if war or you know something crazy.
right.
But other than that, it's there. It's there. It's here to stay.
Jeez. Like it's just like that's the part of AI that like scares me. Like the
Right,
fact
right.
that like when do we just fully become extinct because of it?
You know, that's the whole thing. We won't become extinct even all the way through till the end unless you say when we're transhuman, we're AI and human together, we've merged. Is that the end of humanity, or is it? You have to ask that question. But the another question is, will we last to that long to get to that point? Will AI, when we turn it on in the military, nuke us to death?
Yeah,
Before we ever get to that point.
yeah.
Skynet.
Jeez.
So yeah, I don't know how to say that name, but says all these data centers popping up, and that's a huge thing. That's a huge issue right now. Of I hear like kind of around the world. What's up, Bill Chill? Good to see you,
Hey,
man.
Bill.
But yeah, that's the thing. But then it also goes into creativity, right? And that's what you're saying, Dana. It's fun to
Yeah,
create thumbnails. It's fun to do research and be able to, like
yes.
your thing is the Korean thing. My thing could be the zombie thing. I could research zombie history or lore really fast with AI. I could do it with Google. We used to do it that way. Hell, before that, we
Yep.
did it with encyclopedias. You
Right?
know, but
Right?
it's just another tool, the chat
Yeah,
GPT and those kind of things.
yeah,
Yes, you could say, write me a script and just read it. And that takes a little of the creativity away, of course, but you can use it for your own research to then be creative.
yeah,
And whether it be music or art or movie, and that takes us into not just little things like we're doing, Dana, but entertainment and Hollywood. Like Hollywood may be replaced. Like we may laugh about it or kind of say, oh, haha, wouldn't it be funny if in the future there's no actors, just AI stuff. Well, that's probably what it's going to be. The actors, you have to go see a play and you'll be amazed. But the big screen, it's just going to, some people with budgets may still do stuff like that the old school way. It's like playing a record when you could stream.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
If you, in the 30 years from now, if you get a crew together with a camera and lights and some actors and shoot something, that's not going to be the normal, I don't think.
That's so scary. That's so crazy to think. That's so crazy to think.
I mean, like I said, it'll be like 8-track versus, streaming or something. You're going back in the old days doing something the old way,
Right?
right?
Yep.
And it's just something I've been, I don't know, I guess I look at or have looked at all my life, like the old school versus new school thing, because my
Yep.
dad, we had a little farm when I was growing up, and my dad liked to do stuff the way
Mm.
his dad did it, old school. Like, dude, they
Yeah.
got tractors with computers now. Hell no. Hell no. I'm going to use this
Right?
old clanker, and hook up the horses to the plow, and old school, old school.
Yep.
So things change, and that's just the way it always has been. You're not going to stop that. You're not going to stop progress. Not like that.
Yeah.
Not something like AI. What's up, Ray? Sorry, I got to talking and just
Yo,
forgot to do the
Hey, Ray.
transition. What's up, Ray?
hey, what's up, y'all?
We're talking
Hey,
some
your dad was
AI.
Yellowstone old school, wasn't
Yeah, he was. He was, no doubt, man. He would rather do something like hook horses up to a plow than get the tractor out sometimes. It was just his way. I'm like, I understand you come from that, and it brings back memories or whatever, but damn, I want to go in and watch cartoons.
Right? It's like that's I don't know if I'm more scared of the AI or whatever is controlling the AI, right? Because like
Right.
you said, it's like all it takes is somebody to push the button, like you were saying, investments, right? Like let's say you're turning to your AI to ask advice about investments. What if somebody wants to just we're talking villains, right? Like downfall of society. You get enough like destroy society in that kind of aspect. You give people bad investments, everybody loses their money. Crash of the like I. This is where my brain goes. Like I'm
Yeah.
scared of. Well, I'm scared of AI. I'm also scared of whoever's going to control it.
And it's always going to be somebody controlling it. I mean, yeah, we may get to a point where you could just kind of say, okay, go on and do stuff on your own, and it will. We talked about the different stages, but right now it's totally kind of being controlled or steered, maybe steered is a good word as well. So it's something to always be worried about. What you're saying there, Dana, as far as the human behind it, because
Yeah,
let's say let's just throw out an example. Something about the climate, right, is going bad, or it's just changes in the earth, whether it's humans doing it or whatever, don't matter. It's just something about the climate's changed and needs could be helped or fixed in some way. That could be some dude in his home office just put together some AI knowledge into some type of new little AI agent that he created and ask it some questions, and they both, between him and the AI, they figured out how to fix it. It doesn't have to be a scientist. It doesn't have to be the government. It doesn't have to be the people who own ChatGPT, and the other companies, Anthropic. It could actually be someone using that tool, you know?
yeah,
So there's just so many angles.
until the tool starts using you.
Yeah, yeah. Till the tool comes get you.
And what's crazy is that I don't think I don't think it's gonna happen in a way where people will even recognize that transition. It's just gonna be like how we've been using cell phones. Nobody can remember phone numbers now.
Yeah, it just happens.
Yeah, it just happens.
I can agree with you, man. Bill Chills got a lot to say. And artificial intelligence is technologically progressive in its rapid advancement and capacity to accelerate scientific discovery, but its socio-economic and political impacts are heavily debated. And that's kind of what we're talking about this whole video.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
kind of those those aspects. And I don't have kids myself. I don't think Dana does. Scarlett's got a kid. She may be homeschooled. I can't remember. But
yeah.
Ray, got kids. I know baby
Yeah,
Clay's
today was
got
their first day
kids.
back at school.
And
That's why I was late.
I think people with kids even is going to be affected and see it more so than someone like me that's kind of older and don't even have kids or whatever. I have to look
Hmm.
around the internet, but it's happening in schools. I predict in the future we may not have teachers, right? Kids are just taught different. School is just different than it ever was back how we know it or
That's
went
one
through
less
it.
job.
Yeah, yeah. So there's so many things that it touches, and don't even mention like medicine. I know we talked a little bit about it, Dana, but would you trust an AI doctor? Me or you may not, but the future generations won't know no difference. That's
Yes,
what they know. You know,
exactly. Like the generation that I think we're from that knows the world before technology, we're eventually gonna die off.
Yeah, before
yeah,
the
Like,
internet.
yeah,
yeah,
like there, and then
Like we
you're just,
remember what it was like before the internet.
yeah, like we make fun of it, like go outside and touch grass, but it's like we're like the last of that generation that actually could remember what the world was like. Once we go away, how that world is gone. That
yeah,
world is gone. And to me, that's almost like where did humanity go? Because then like I feel like we're not able to touch stuff and do stuff and survive that way. Like, I just don't think it's smart to rely so much on AI because I feel like that's an easier way for us to be almost controlled in
Yeah,
in a sense.
my kids are not allowed to use AI. Like
that,
I don't like that.
yeah. That may be a good way to start out for sure. As far as just
Hmm.
I don't know. It's scary in a lot of ways as far as I think when it comes to kids, you
Yeah, I
know.
mean, especially with it, it's a new technology. We don't know anything about it and how it's gonna affect people, and we've already seen negative effects. So,
Yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
kids they can't play Roblox. They they can't uh no AI, no talking, sit up and talking in AI all day and stuff
Shut
like
the door.
that. None of that.
Right, right. And that takes me into another possibility, and it's already a thing, and it's going to be a thing whether we like it or not. It's going to be an aspect of AI because it already is, and it'll only enhance and be more so and more common as far as just people having an AI companion, like whether it's an AI friend, an AI psychiatrist, an AI romantic
Talk about
partner,
that.
you know, and
But
I
it's like
can
enough, at least to let her be able to push it open.
I can say that I think AI could help things like people that are going through loneliness or something. I could see where it could help, but you just can't help it to. It'll start replacing human relationships that would have been. I think.
Yeah, that movie
Yeah.
Her was prophetic,
Yeah.
man. If
Exactly.
you've ever seen that,
Exactly. Yeah. It and a lot of people may have or not, but it's kind of what we're talking about. It's going to be a real thing. It kind of already is. Did you know there's AI social media, meaning like you can go and make a profile, but pretty much all your friends are going to be AI. Like the whole thing is populated with AI people, and you
yeah,
just go in and you can make friends with anybody.
and they
And
interact with each other like real,
yeah, yeah, just like a real Facebook or something.
yeah, like a AI Facebook.
Yeah, it's crazy the stuff they've got out already pertaining to not just maybe therapy or psychiatry type help, but friends, romantic partners, just being more social kind of thing. We're getting into the scary times a little bit just because we've never seen it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't correct still, and they still there's that's the thing. They're learning how to fix those things, and we talked about the stages of AI earlier. We're going to get past that. That they can learn. They don't have to be taught, and things like that. So they're going to get more and more correct. I think actually. So again, it goes back, Dana, to what you were saying about the person behind it or something,
Hmm.
can AI maybe limit that because AI will kind of be watching? Will AI lie for someone? There's a lot of aspects. You got the legal side of AI. Again, it goes back to that Mercy. Was that called Mercy?
Yep.
That movie.
Hmm.
But of course, there's the surveillance. There's AI in the military making decisions. AI in the government making policy or decisions or whatever. There's a lot to it, not just the creativity side. And I think I look at it and see more of the creativity side of the AI in the stuff I do and we do, doing these live streams and doing YouTube and stuff. I think we see a lot of the creative side of it. I don't know really what's going on with AI in the military. A little bit, not too much. AI in the government, I don't really know, and AI in medicine, not too much. You
Yeah,
know,
it could do so many things. So many people are gonna lose their jobs eventually. But you know what's funny, James? You said your dad made you do stuff the old school way. Like those are gonna be like the last jobs that people lose.
yeah, I
The
agree.
kind of stuff that AI can't do.
Yep. Eventually, it will probably, but there'll be a few things. There'll be a few things. I think a lot of the, I don't know if you call it labor work, because a lot of it's skilled work. You got to have skills, whether it be plumber or carpenter or stuff like that. But it's just stuff that it would be hard for even a robot to walk in and go, oh, you need to do this and this and this, or I recommend this or this, or I don't know. We'll just have to see. New houses. But in 30 years, new houses may be starting to be built more AI repairable, fixable, serviceable, or something.
Aren't they starting to like Miguel was showing me something like they could like 3D print houses now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They haven't got it down just right, but like I say, within 30 years or so, it may be the thing, like right now they're just kind of testing it out and seeing, but who knows when it's going to be mainstream. Because I can remember when I thought, man, self-driving cars are a ways off. They've been here. They've been here for a while
Yeah.
now. So it's like we're just we're really getting smart.
And the end result of that, I believe, is there's going to be a point in time where it's going to be illegal for you to drive.
Yeah, yeah. I think so as well at a certain point because it's too much risk.
Well,
There,
I was watching this video and it was talking about how in 2027, I guess something that was snuck into one of the bills during the previous presidency was in starting in 2027, the cars now are going to be built to where they can tell whether you're going to be able to drive or not. So whether you're too tired, whether you're intoxicated, whether you're
Absolutely.
angry, whether you're what your emotions are, and like if this technology feels you're not capable of driving in that moment, your car won't start.
yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And that passed already.
Like, yeah, it already passed and it starts in any
I
cars
think
built in the United States starting in
I think it might be
2027.
cars after 2010 or something like that. It's like a cutoff point. So any car after that, they have to have that technology in it. Any car before that, you might be good. So some of those old cars you get, you might want to keep.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I don't think it started yet because it's not in our car, and our car is I think like 4 years old. But anything starting in 2027 that's built in America is going to have this technology. That if it feels you're not capable of driving, your shit ain't gonna fucking start. And like, so it's like, how does it judge that? Like, how does it know the difference between somebody who's intoxicated?
Because the cars you have right now, they're already watching you. All they're doing is
Dun
flipping the
dun
switch and turning it
dun.
on.
Like, that's it. That's insane to me. Like,
Did you
you
know
know,
iPhone has a feature? If you go into your accessibility settings, there's a feature in there that you can turn on where you can control your phone with your eyes just by looking at stuff. Like that lets you know that it's already tracking what you're looking at and stuff like that. So they just flip a switch and then make it seem like it's something useful, but it's really something that they can use against you one day.
I would just like to make a note that that's Ray talking, and I'm not. I don't have anything to do with that.
but that's like another aspect of AI,
Pray to the
right?
AI gods.
Like the control it's going to have over society as well.
Yeah,
Like how much of our freedom goes away the more we dabble with AI. To where we're not even allowed to make decisions anymore, whether they're good or bad, unless like some kind of computer program is going to be making it for us. That's terrifying. That like kind of throws free will out the window. Whether your decision you make is good or bad, it's still your decision as a human, and you face consequences, right? There's a reaction, there's cause and effect, right, to your decisions. If you take that decision making away from people, is that's almost like giving up freedom. No? Or is that just me?
And that's supposed to be a part of being human, right?
Yeah, like that's what separates us from machine. The fact that, and yes, sometimes our decision as humans do a lot of do cause a lot of issues, can harm people, but it's still decisions made by human. Like
it's
when
a lot of the future is going to change, though. I mean, everything you say is true, but again, not just what jobs will go away, how will school being taught change, how will free will end up being, there's a lot of questions that how things are going to change. Well, even money, be a thing?
Hmm.
How will commerce and like going to the market, is that going to be the same? Like, how are you just going to, everybody, will you still have free choice of what you can go to the store and buy if money don't exist? How do you buy something? It's like so many things are going to change as how we understand it or how we knew it.
You
You know,
you will own nothing and be happy.
that's what they say, right?
Yeah. This is
That, that's
scary.
that's a
This
big
is
talk
scary. I
right
don't like
now
this,
in
James.
in the
I
gaming
don't like
industry.
this.
PS4 or Sony, that they just said that they weren't gonna do physical disc anymore. So you'll always have something that's basically tied to the cloud.
Yeah. Yep.
Like we're moving into a new era.
Yep. Very true. And we are. And it'll change fast as we get the next few years. Like I said, AI can is going to destroy a lot of jobs, but it may create some. We don't know how that's going to play out really, because one big thing is that none of the AI companies are really making any money off their product right now. So until they can figure out how to make money, it's a bubble. So we got that going on top of, that's like a real world thing, right? But it's like we're on the streams, Dana. Even when I'm on your streams and Scarlet streams and stuff. Let's say we were talking about a specific something that I wouldn't normally look up or research or anything like that. I think one night we were talking about James Bond there for a minute, and I refreshed my YouTube page and my browser, and James Bond videos were suggested to me, right? So
Hmm.
so it's like you're saying, Ray. It's they're watching us, they're listening already. But I think in the future we're going to have an AI assistant or agent that knows everything about us as well, even more. But it'll be tied to online, so government or anybody could probably come pull that data.
Like the
But
flock cameras.
yeah, but your AI, your personal assistant AI, is going to know your health, is going to know, your habits, is going to know it's going to know you better than you.
That's scary. That's scary. That's fucking scary. I don't know. Like it's just I like, don't get me wrong. Like you said, I've dabbled a little bit more with like my chat GTP and stuff like that when it comes into the research side of like the Korean side of my channel, because that it like it's hard to find the right information that I'm looking for in the spaces that I'm looking. So it makes life very easy. But
Right,
it's just I don't like that I rely on it to
right,
do
right.
that.
Yeah, true, true. What's up,
Like
Leo?
I wish I could do more myself.
But what if this is a part of our natural evolution?
I mean, it
This is
kind of is,
this is what
right?
we're
If you
supposed to
think,
do.
yeah, I mean, if you're just looking at intelligence, I think if we're talking about aliens or something and we think they're here from a different part of the universe, they would have had to go through this phase. Like, I don't think they would have just made it to where they are without going through an AI phase. So I think it is something, Ray. With intelligence comes, you would think with any intelligent being out there in the universe that they would go through their computer phase, right? Probably an internet, probably an AI. They would need computers to do spaceship stuff, right? You'd think. Seems that way. So
Yeah,
I think it is part of our what's supposed to what.
it's like uh, a worm turning into a butterfly. You got to go through that cocoon phase.
Yeah, yeah, and I think we're there. We had to go through our fire, figuring out metals and how to melt them, and the Bronze Age, the Iron Age, and all that kind of stuff. When finally we figured out, oh, we can industrial age, and we can make computers, and now we're going into the space age. So
That's crazy.
General Elizabeth and Mason Bill for crossover, yeah, Walking Dead stuff. They need it. They need something good. We need people like you, Leo, writing for them.
Walking Dead needs an AI writer.
Yeah, it'd do better probably than what they got. I hate to say it on some of the spinoff stuff, but we've been watching Dead City, and we're actually kind of, I don't know, looking forward. That's some strong words, but looking forward to the next episode, and we haven't said that in a long time. The birds, hey y'all, sorry James, we were busy, missed you, Dana.
Right.
No problem, no problem at all. So we're talking about creativity in Hollywood. Let's say all of a sudden Hollywood announced a 100 and 100% all AI voices. It wasn't model, like it's not Harrison Ford, a cartoon looking dude. It was no actors involved, nobody behind the scenes doing a voiceover. No image looks like this guy, actor. 100% AI. Hollywood puts out a movie. Would you go see it? How would you feel about it if it came out tomorrow?
Depend on
Bittersweet.
right. It depends. It would depend on the
That
movie.
means I can just
If I
say
want to see
what
it,
type of movie I want.
right.
I can come up with
Like
my own from season that's good,
You will. You
and
will
it
in the future, I bet.
yeah, and the AI just does it for me. But at
Yeah.
the same time, that fundamentally changes the the soul that's put into the actors and stuff like, or the performances and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's getting better and better. So it's I mean, I'm with you guys. I guess as far as what the movie was about. I guess I mean, because I think it's here. It's coming. There's no denying it. I know a lot of people will be haters because there's a lot of haters of AI, and I get it. I get that. It's just here to stay. I hate to say.
Pandora's box has been opened.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I think Dana was asking, is there going back? Nope, not no going back, Bob.
that's it. It's already too late.
Surprise Krat Donna died in the first two episodes. Well, that's kind of what they were doing, birds. A new showrunner come in. They knew the second season wasn't that well received, so they wanted to try to start fresh again. And so they had to get rid of any season two stuff. I thought they were actually going to do it all in the first episode. But it kind of stretched two episodes. So episode three, in my opinion, will really be the start of Dead City season three, because that's the start of that new story. We're kind of set up for it, but we'll see what they lit up the Statue of Liberty. And all these people are going to come over, so it's like, oh shit. We'll see what happens. So, Caroline, the next generation is one that will be most affected. Yeah, next generation will definitely kind of, that's all they'll know. So that'll just kind of be what it is. Be what it is. Uh-oh. Y'all gonna have to start acting right now, because everything broke down and it's just come to the table.
The general on the table. What's up, y'all?
What's up, honey?
Nothing much, nothing much. Had to get my son situated. I'm back in the business with y'all now.
What do
So
you
we was
think?
just talking about cars being broke down.
Damn.
Leo, sorry for my American. What's the topic? AI tonight. We're just talking some AI stuff and see what people think about it and where it's going. Um, like, would you trust an AI doctor? Diseases may get cured, but wars may happen. People may get manipulated. Jobs will be lost. There's pros and cons to it
That's
all.
not the question. Would you trust an AI gynecologist?
Oh God,
Would you trust
I
a,
don't. I don't.
AI
Uh,
Ray, I don't.
prostate doctor?
I can't.
uh,
I'm gonna
that's a
say,
tough one to answer.
as a lady, and the only one who I think sees a OBGYN, I don't think I'd want AI there. I
yeah. I don't
yeah,
know. They might say your signals off and pull out two
His
twin
hands are
blasters.
sterile.
So I don't know.
right. Like, where? What do you think? I don't know.
They might
I
think what's
don't
going
know.
on down there a threat. So I don't think I'm gonna trust.
Right? Like, I don't know. I'd have to
But as
say,
far as a doctor goes, hell, I'm on the fence about AI with everything. I think AI would be more useful in like school, like high school. You know what I'm saying? College.
So in a
Maybe not middle school. Yeah,
learning kind
yeah,
of way.
yeah, exactly. Because I mean, when you start to put AI, when you start to put, like heart surgery or brain surgery, anything of that nature in AI hands, it could be tricky. I'm not saying that they wouldn't be able to do it because I would say AI's hands, quote unquote, like the stuff that they use for the technology to move the stuff around, when they're playing in people's brains or they're playing with, their organs or whatever. I think it could be more useful in that realm because some doctors' hands might not be steady, but this machine
Yeah.
hand can be steady enough to actually pull the surgery off. In that nature, I would understand, but for a regular checkup and us going to see robots and AI for a physical checkup, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I
I
don't know.
just the other day
AI babysitters.
No.
just the other day I saw a little video on a new device that they're coming out with as far as for hospitals, and it's a operating table robot thing. And I swear it looked like something out of the comic books where you see all these arms with needles on the end and stuff all just around the table pointing down at it.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. But it was supposed to do like it said a certain percentage of today's surgeries that thing will do.
That's how you get
So
a Frankenstein.
I mean imagine just some in the future there'll be all kinds of equipment like that people could just get their hands on and just do crazy shit with. I mean, you know,
No, you're right.
it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy because again, it goes back to it's gonna be in everything. The surveillance, the AI agents that knows us. I mean, there's privacy is gone, man. Privacy
Yes,
is
it's
yeah.
gone.
absolute gone.
Yep.
I mean,
That's also pretty scary. Like that's also pretty scary. Like our little like Amazon box, I am not a fan of her. I am not a fan of her. I know she's spying on us. I know she's listening, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
What you want to do?
yeah.
You want to go late?
In a lot of
Eat that.
ways, the way they listened to you and stuff was a little bit, not too harmful as far as, well, all it can really do is suggest products to you, or something, or all it might really do is put you in a
Uh,
pool, put you
but
in a server with another 10 million people, and just that's a statistic. It's not like this is Dana's
yeah.
data. It's more of a statistic, but we're getting into AI. So AI is going to be able to categorize and compartmentalize, the data to the point where it will be Dana's. You know,
Mhm.
Anybody, the government or whoever, your AI agent or whoever can look and find out everything about Dana specifically. It's not going to be just, oh, it's not just for recommending products to you, or it's not just for statistic purposes. It's everything about you. I mean, everything. No
Yep.
privacy,
That's
especially if,
Yeah, that's how they.
crazy.
That's how they trick people into letting microphones into their homes.
yeah, you already got one on your
Well, we
cell
already got
phone.
one. Yeah, like
Right, but and then
Uh,
they
that's
also
what's
trick
like.
them into putting cameras on their doors and stuff like that. So it's
yeah,
cameras everywhere
cameras
now.
everywhere. There's camera on your phone. There's a mic on your phone. The location, it will tell you anybody precisely where you are if you're holding it.
Yeah.
If
Like,
I
listen,
wanted to
I'm
slap
all
somebody for
for.
owing me money, I would get in trouble.
Yes.
Well, did you not see? I don't know if it was last year's Super Bowl or it was the Super Bowl before. But Ring Doorbell put out a commercial that was geared towards if you for lost pets, right? Like your dog, your animal runs away. There's a feature within your
I saw
Ring
that.
Doorbell that you can actually access other people's Ring Doorbell cams who are also opted into this program. So,
Huh.
like, let's say, for example, my dog Nico runs away. I could go into my Ring doorbell and I could check not only my camera, but I can check other people's cameras who are
Looking for your
within the
dog.
area looking for my dog. But they're like, okay, so how far did, like, when does that stop? Like, okay, you're saying you're looking for your dog, but yeah, so people just have access to my like Ring
Because their
doorbell
network,
because now
that
people have Ring cameras also in their home. Like
Yeah.
my cousin Lindsay, for example, like I know they have one in their kids' room and stuff like that, that's all connected to like their security cameras. So can somebody then access the camera that's in my house?
Yes.
Right? That's fucking horrifying. Like that's fucking
and
horrifying.
talk to your kids and stuff while you're not there.
Oh yeah. Or your dog. I just want to say, Leo, I'm jealous that you're in Tuscany, Italy. Just saying. A little jealous.
Yeah,
Right?
man. I need me some pizza.
Right?
But that's the plot of Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
The whole reason that the Battlestar got away was because that particular ship was so old that it wasn't networked with the other ships that got destroyed and their defenses taken down because they got attacked with AI.
Right.
Like,
Aw, they love
Thanks.
you, James.
Thanks, Leo.
See,
yeah,
Italia loves you.
I don't have to go to Italy. Make make some plans.
yeah, man.
Florence is beautiful.
Yeah, and it's we're gonna live through that. We hopefully got a lot of years left in us before the next generation
Okay,
takes
I'm back.
over, and we're gonna live through that. We're gonna live through the creation of AI, but also the changing of the society as the surveillance kicks in even bigger. The military AI use, government AI use, loss of jobs, creation of jobs,
Mhm.
things that are going to advance medically. Some things will be like hell yeah, but then I think a lot of things we're going to be like, oh man, not just that they're bad. Some will be like hell no, but that it just changes, right? I think a lot of
Mhm.
Yeah.
things our age generation will just be mad about is just because it changed. Not that necessarily it's bad. It's just it changed. Like the video game thing Ray was talking about earlier, everything's going to be on the cloud, just little things like that. And then it just advances to more and more and more.
Hold on. You said what my boy Ray say with the video
About
game?
the no more physical media,
Baby
it'll all be
Nico,
on the cloud.
please.
And that's coming with that's happened with movies with CDs aren't a thing anymore. If you are a band and you
Can I have
sell
the
CDs at
table, please?
concert, that's just for nostalgia.
Yeah.
Nobody even has a player anymore, hardly. They would just set it on a shelf, be like, I got one. So yeah, everything kind of on the cloud, going to the cloud. No more physical media. Now I think that stemmed right, Ray. That stemmed from us talking about in the future nobody's going to own anything, be able to own
You
anything.
They're
will
taking
own
away
nothing and
your
be happy.
privacy rights. I mean your ownership rights. I'm sorry, I just coughed.
Yep,
But
ownership.
they're taking away your ownership rights because back when shit was on DVD and they was releasing it at Walmart, Blockbuster, or wherever you choose to go get them, they really couldn't change anything in the movies. They couldn't change what color shirt Toby
That's a
wore
good
on
point.
the original DVD. But now that it's streaming, this is just for example, guys. By the way, I'm just
Yeah,
spitting
yeah,
from.
yeah. But it's a good one.
But they can really change it now during streams. Just like, for example, Man in Yellow. 20 years from now, he doesn't go by the Man in Yellow. He goes by the Red and Yellow. and they could just change it to the point where he doesn't have on a yellow suit, he has on a red suit. You know what I'm saying? Or Rick. Rick has a beard here. 20 years from now, he doesn't have a beard. He never had a beard. They can do things like that if they wanted to because they own the rights to the
They
show. We
are.
don't
They're
own
already doing
anything.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
yeah. It's going to be something that they'll be in total control of, no doubt about it.
And it's
And
also going to
And I
make
hate
us
that.
it's also going to make our society dumber, to tell
oh
you the
yeah,
truth.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
definitely going to, affect our intelligence as well, because the less we're going to have to use our brains, use certain aspects
Hmm.
that we have to do to problem solve and fix things and do things, and the less we're going to have to know, right? Like,
yeah, yeah. And that's a big thing actually. Will it make us smarter or lazier or dumber? What's it going to do? And in
All
maybe different
three.
ways. Yeah, yeah, maybe in different ways. Because it'll be able to think for us. We're outsourcing our creativity right now to it. Hey, make me a song, make me a thumbnail, make me a video, write me a script, write me a story, make me a movie, or whatever. So future generations could actually lose basic skills, just like the modern changes to society, has changed the way the basic skills of farming. Like I was talking about with my dad, I don't know how to hook up a pair of horses to a plow. I don't know. I might, but not really. I can hook up a plow to a tractor because that's the new way of doing it. That's a new skill. Same thing,
Yeah.
same job, but new skill. So I think future generations of people are going to lose basic skills that we know. That goes back to saying things
yes.
change, right? Whether you look at it good or bad. But a lot of basic skills. I mean, I know a lot of people right now that can't change a tire. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well,
All I'm
very
saying
much so.
is,
Very
if
much
you
so.
look
I do
from
though, James. I know how to
2000,
do that.
Right on, Dana.
if you look from 2000 till now and realize the technology gap is actually mind blowing for real, for real. Like between there was a okay, if you were born 90s and up, this is for the 90s babies, y'all. If you was born
When were
the
you born?
90s and up,
Right? What are you trying
I
to
was
say,
born
baby Clay?
1990.
What are you
Hey,
trying
hey,
to
hey,
say?
hey,
You
hey, hey,
called us
hey, look, I'm
old? You
36.
called us
I'm
old?
36.
He's a
1990. You
baby.
know what I'm
That's
saying?
why his
Right?
name's
I'm
Baby
I'm
Clay.
I ain't saying I'm a baby, but I'm somewhere around the line. Hey, just be like this, y'all older than me. Anyway, but anyway, if you are a 1990s baby, even before that, we'll say 80s baby too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we are the last people to know what AOL is, to know what a VCR is, to know what a house phone is. All these regular necessities that we needed every day,
Yeah, yeah.
tube TV.
The
We
world
are the
before the
last
internet.
people.
Right?
World before the internet.
I remember when VCRs
See, now
came
y'all
out.
making me feel old.
I remember when VCRs came out, sweetheart.
I, I
VCRs,
saw a comedian.
DVDs.
Comedians
When
like
when the last time y'all seen a
how
DVD player?
how much the world sucked before Google. It was pretty funny.
Right?
Google's been
Yeah,
out for a while though.
I know. Imagine the world before it. Like how
Yeah. Right?
encyclopedias,
Right? You had to use a phone book. Y'all know what a
a
phone book
map,
is?
a map, a
Right?
paper map.
Right? There was no GPS.
Encyclopedia.
There was them big fucking atlases that you had
Yeah.
to get that were like ginormous. And you'd have to like
Yep.
look through and be like, okay, this road leads there. And yeah, I wish these kids knew how to read a fucking map.
Leo,
A map.
we're
Oh my
enjoying it pretty
God.
good. We're enjoying it pretty good. Sorry there, baby Clay.
What's that
Yeah,
website,
a
y'all?
paper map.
Was it Paper Map?
What?
Not the website, but the
Like
website. The
you talking
website.
about? It was like Map
Oh,
Start or
It,
Map Plus or
it's
something like
called
that.
an atlas. The paper maps are called atlases.
No, no,
Okay.
but it was a website where you had to print. You could print the directions.
Yeah, it's like Map
MapQuest.
Start. MapQuest, yeah.
Yeah, that was early
MapQuest.
day internet.
These
Yeah,
kids wouldn't even know how to get
dude, map.
log in to MapQuest.
Read a direction, right? Like I hated my GPS. I yell at GPS all the time. I find GPS so annoying.
Man, I didn't use it that much because usually know where I'm going. you know, but
Right?
uh,
Hmm.
when I lived in Nashville, I actually started using it a lot because Nashville, the traffic sucks so bad. If you knew how to avoid the traffic, because it'd be red lines, showing where the traffic was backed up, and it could tell you, hey, if you're going to this destination, maybe take this other road, and
Yeah.
just avoidance of traffic was the main way I used GPS.
Yeah, when I was younger, I used to install satellites for Dish Network, and I had to have a GPS because you got to think about it like this. At back in the day, the only people who were really getting satellite was because they couldn't get cable because they was out in the middle of
Yep.
nowhere.
Yeah,
So
Very royal areas.
yeah, dirt roads and all this stuff. Like I had to
Hmm.
find out all this stuff. But MapQuest, not MapQuest, but GPS used to Garmin. That was my thing back in the day.
yeah, Garmin. Yeah, man, it's a lifesaver, right? I mean, imagine the life before it. You'd had to use a paper map because that's all there was. That's it. You might have to stop at a local gas station to even get a map for that area or something, right?
Yeah.
Because you could
Well,
have an atlas or something, but a lot of times they wouldn't break it down so small to just like back roads and stuff. You would have to get a map of just that state or just that area, and it would zoom into the little roads, right, that you could follow. You could see all the little back roads and stuff. Those were the days. Just don't have to do it anymore.
Fortunately enough, I wasn't old enough to use GPS because by the time I did get old enough to drive, we were using phones,
Yeah, the GPS in your phone.
the GPS and on the phone. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's funny. Phones have really
GPS was still a
changed.
thing. But
I had that thing up earlier that was things that changed the world and stuff. Electricity is big, internet's big. You could say phone, maybe cell phones fit into that, but you could almost put cell phones as another little arrow.
you
The
can
the
definitely.
way it has everybody having a cell phone and everything a cell phone can do, which is so many things: radio, a VCR, streaming service.
Yes,
It took away. You don't have to have an iPod anymore. It's like just everything was wrapped up in one. I mean, I have a fucking level app. I mean, they've got an app. If you think of it, they got an app for it. You know, it's crazy what phones
you
can
can
do.
make movies on your phone.
Make movies. People
Might be low budget
the way people take photos, changed dramatically. And people
dramatically.
save their photos for some weird reason. Like, every iPhone owner I know just about it is like, oh, my phone's full. I'm like, what? Oh, it's got so many pictures and shit on it. It's like always
For
full.
real.
But it's
It's like if you look at it, man, it's just it's a lot with phones. You could, like you said, you can do everything on your phone. You don't need to go buy a $5,000 camera if you got the iPhone 17,
exactly. Yeah, it's
or
it,
even a
it
16.
yeah, it's definitely changed things. And Dana knows it. I throw that into also into the conspiracy realm of, if there was really such a thing as aliens flying around or Bigfoots or something, somebody would have called a super high definition photo because
Hmm.
everybody's got a phone, and we just haven't got that yet. I mean,
Bigfoot said, "Oh no, they got smartphones. I can't come out."
sometimes I'm watching a video, whether it be on the news or YouTube or wherever, and I'm just like, how is there a camera there in that situation to capture what I'm watching? You know, it's just like how did that person turn on their camera and know that shit was about to happen. Like, what were they
Right, right.
filming for just to happen to catch that they didn't know was about to happen? You know, I start thinking about the what led up to someone capturing that moment. Like some moments are like, why was there a camera there? Why did you have your camera on even? You know, it's
That's my
amazing that you caught
first.
that.
That's my first inclination that something is faked or produced. When I see
But
like the camera angle, and I'm like, how they get that perfect shot of somebody acting stupid?
Exactly. And you
I
know a
was
lot of
going.
say it.
No, no. I was just gonna say, like, even with the Loch Ness monster, like, who took the picture of the very famous Loch Ness monster that was turned out to be fake? Like, that was a great picture for it to be took at the era that it was, and for it to be fake is even more impressive if you ask me. In the early '80s, what was it? Early '80s, '70s, or something when the rumor
Yeah.
came out about Loch Ness. So I mean, hey, if people thought it was real for years until they debunked it. So I mean,
Yeah, and you know, with AI and stuff now, it's getting a little harder to pass. You know, have something pass as real because people are going to question it regardless. But you know, back during just regular photographs, you know, that you had to hold in your hand,
yeah.
it's people would if you could fake it, it was easier to pass off or at least get one by on somebody. These digital days, it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, I think I agree because I mean, if Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, was real, you would think with everybody having a phone, everybody going camping. Let me tell you this: the last 10 years have been the greatest time to go camping, especially during the pandemic. Believe it or not, you know what I'm saying. You get some outside, you get some free time, you can do whatever. But one thing's for sure, you have your phone. So if Sasquatch was a thing out of millions and millions of people that's in the United States, that's in Canada, I'm not sure if there's any sightings outside of the U.S. or Canada, because the most sightings I ever heard about was in Canada and in the
Yeah.
U.S. But if there are, you would think at least one person would have it on their phone. So, I mean, I just always been on the fence about Bigfoot. I always wanted to believe it, but the evidence behind it just seemed a little fishy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, way fish to me. I mean, it's you know, there's so much. You know, there's a thing about them finding giant bones in a cave, and you know, there's a lot of conspiracy and myth out there, and I think there's some pretty good explanations to most of it. People's minds go crazy ways, but the
Yep.
you know the Bigfoot thing, it just doesn't seem you know like physically possible as far as just the way you know it is. No, you know, no bones, no nothing. We don't know
No,
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, I mean it's just nothing. Where a lot of people
And I
will
used to
say
be
there's
heavy.
something, but there's just not. Yeah,
I was a Sasquatch believer. I'm like, yo, it's something out there in those woods, especially younger when you got, and when the TV was actually a thing and they showing all types of Bigfoot specials on the
yeah,
History Channel, Discovery Channel.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just like, holy shit, maybe this is real. But then 15 years pass by, they still don't have evidence. And we got
Right.
phones that got 4K, 8K
Yeah, satellite,
photos.
satellite. Yeah, satellite, and all kinds of different
We got
things.
the John
Looking.
Webb telescope that's a million light years away, but we can't get a picture of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. Yeah. Very true, and that's true with a lot of things. Leo says he's subscribed to the channel, or there are other channels to subscribe. You can subscribe to Dana's, Baby Clay's, Everything Broke Down, and the Soul Taker Ray. Those links
Thank
should
you,
be
thank you.
posted in the chat. Caroline has been posting the link, so and come on into the Discord as well if you're not Leo. We're in Discord as well. So what's up, Brando? Yep, yep. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Brando.
All the old photos that were actually real rare. That was things. It was luck. Yeah. So that's the thing, you know, as far as AI, you know, will AI help us in the conspiracy market at all? I don't know. Or will it make it worse?
Absolutely not, because
Well,
you got to think
who's
about it
going
like this.
to
Go,
who's
go ahead,
going to
Danny. I'm
like
sorry.
tell I'm sorry, sweetheart. Who's going to like tell the difference, right? Like now we can create so much with AI. When are you gonna know something's fake? Like
Yeah,
you
it's
said,
gonna be
James,
hard.
right? They
What?
come out with pictures with aliens, right? The government comes out and walks ET to the podium, and it's like, okay, is that real or is that an AI video?
All right.
Like, that's also scary, the way that AI could create such believable fakes of things. What's going to tell when something's real and when something's fake?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. What was you gonna say, Ray?
That actually goes along with what I was about to say, because one of the scariest things about AI is the fact that how good it is right now, or how
Oh, you went away. Ray went away.
Oh, we lost Ray. See, he talking too much about AI.
He'll
The
probably cut.
overlords. The
He's
overlord said
yeah,
no.
yeah. Cut
The
him off.
overlords cut him off.
He's got. He's back. You back, Ray?
yeah, I'm back. I
All
was
right.
just saying that the way the AI is right now, this is the worst it's going to be. It's only going to get better from here.
Oh, you think?
Better and better and better.
Yeah, as far as the way it looks, and it's giving us 5 fingers or 6 fingers instead of five, and those kind of things.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna tighten up, get all the little idiosyncrasies in order and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and all of a
and
sudden, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference at all. Even
yeah,
the trained eye.
yeah. It's getting close to there now. I mean, I
right. So it's
think
like, do you have to use other AI to tell whether AI is real or
pretty
fake? Like,
much,
uh,
pretty much.
what are
There's
you
a
gonna
funny
Yeah, then you
do?
story.
trust in AI.
There's a funny story just the other day where a college professor put up a thing that to have the kids write a paper on and said, "Don't use AI," and it was digital, like posted on the website or whatever. But he put some invisible text in there that just some googly words, right? So some of the reports that were handed in, anything that came back with the AI talking about that stuff too, which was not related to the history or whatever it was they were writing on, he knew it was AI. He knew they put that, copied and pasted what he is asking into AI, said, write me a report, copied and pasted the report, printed it out, didn't even read it, and turned it in. And a lot of students got caught.
Oh, that's
That's
excellent.
great. That
That's
is
excellent.
great. That
That's
is
like,
awesome.
have you
That's yeah,
have you ever hit around the
payback.
corner and when somebody walk by, jump out and be like, "Boo!"
Right? He just like, I got
Big
y'all,
payback.
motherfuckers.
That
I
shit is
got
fun.
y'all.
That
But
was
like
excellent. That was a good
Dana
idea.
and Ray was saying, with not telling if it's real or not. James Franco has a TikTok account that's verified. Everyone is saying how it's AI. James Franco is up there talking about how aliens exist. He's seen an alien. We're talking about the guy from Harry Osborn from Spider Man. We're talking about
Yeah.
fucking my boy from Pineapple Express,
Yeah.
and he has a TikTok account. Very famous guy, of course, great actor. But we can't even tell if it's real. We can't even tell if it's really him. So it's just like, and he's up there like laying out the shit, like, hey, aliens exist. I've seen them. They're really small. Like they're not like 5 foot small. They're like 3 feet small. They're very miniature. And I'm just like, bro, like the video looks you know how certain AI videos you can see, like, say for instance, people running into each other, or the bodies are transparent, they could just go through one another or whatever. But with this, there is no evidence of it being AI and it's verified. So it's just like, well, okay, maybe it is really James Franco and he's just like, F it, I'm gonna expose the United States. But
Look,
Or he's
look.
damn.
trolling.
I just have a feeling if somebody ends up exposing aliens to the world, I just don't think it's going to be James Franco.
I'm just
Right?
saying. I'm
Right?
just saying. But James Franco is out there like, hey man, yeah, listen to me, bro. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to believe this or not.
I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe it will be
I
him.
mean, I'm just saying. I'm just hey, look, I'm just saying. I'm just reporting the TikTok news. I know TikTok could be a place of mixed feelings. That's all I'm gonna say. But people really can't tell if it's James. But like I said, the account is verified. It's not. I don't think it's hard to get verified on TikTok. That's for one,
Right.
and for two, is like you said, James. I mean, I doubt it if it would be James Franco. I could see if it was my boy Tyson or what's my the famous Asian scientist. I forget his name. He has long, slick hair. I know you probably know his name, James.
Michikato,
Is that his name?
that's something like that.
Yeah, some. I don't want to disrespect nobody, but I think that is something similar to that. And I could see if it was coming from one of those here or somebody from NASA. But this is James Franco we're talking about. How I mean, even if it really is him, can we take him serious? But like I
Right?
said, if
I
it's
wouldn't.
AI though, if it's AI, this is the greatest proof that AI can be dangerous. That's all I'm saying.
And
Because
and
if
and
everybody's in the comments is like, this is AI.
because of
Nah, I think the
manipulation.
greatest threat or AI could
Manipulation.
do is a fake
Exactly.
video where Trump says we're gonna nuke you in like 5 minutes.
I'm just saying, like the James Franco, yeah, it could be took as a joke, lightly, but at the same time, it goes to show you how AI can be the greatest manipulator that we have ever seen in human history. We can
Right?
start race wars, we can start political wars, we can start global wars with AI. And if the person never denies it, I
But
mean,
now you got to prove it too.
you got to prove it. You got to prove that you didn't. You have to go
Yeah.
through a lot of shit to prove that this AI video is not real to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's scary.
Yeah.
But
And whether
also
a
it,
human behind it or not, AI itself could be behind it.
right? But it's also going to affect the religious side of society as
Yeah.
well. Because it's like you said, James, soon if AI gets to a point, like you said, that basically proves the physics of the world, when can it get to a level to where if it could prove a God is real or not? Any God, no matter what faith you believe in, you know, ca- what are the
Or if it
odds that it
becomes a
goes
god.
back and disproves a lot of the pagan mythologies that are out there too, of like
Right.
ancient gods, not only the big G, but the little G's as well. Like when
Yeah.
does it get to the point to where it completely just erases religion and
I
faith?
Uh,
like how you did that. I like how you
it,
did that right
it,
there.
it,
Did what?
it
Big G and little G's.
Well,
I
that's
th-
in the pagan world, that's how you, in the Wiccan world, that's how you decipher between the two. Big
yeah.
G, the big G and the little G's.
And I think it's going to be a thing. There was this one back in the day. It's an old black and white movie actually, and they were creating a supercomputer. Of course, it was like the size of a room or a building or something, and because it was an old movie, and they finally got it online, and they asked it the first question: is there really a God? And it whirred and beeped and stuff for a minute, and it came back and it said there is now.
Oh, wait, what's the name of this? I might want to
Fucking
be there.
shit. What the
What's
Yeah,
the
damn?
that's some
name of this?
cold shit.
So
That's
I
so
I
that's so
think
that's dark. That
I
deep.
think that's what it's going to be. Like, yeah, there's it's going to prove there's no other gods, or try to, and you will realize that that is the new god. Because
I
again,
definitely can see people, some group of people worshiping AI. If it's not happening already, I can see it happening.
I'm gonna tell you a movie that opened up my eyes a little bit about AI. It's a pretty shitty movie. A lot, in my opinion, I don't think it was so shitty as everybody else made it seem. The movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson, I actually thought it was interesting. I'm not gonna say it was great,
That's the same actor from the movie Her.
huh?
Yeah.
She was the voice actor for the AI.
What, what you mean? What? Huh?
A dude fell in love with a AI companion, just like people are doing today, and Scarlett Johansson was the voice.
I don't know. I don't think I remember that one. I
Her
know she
HER.
played in Lucy.
She was in Lucy too.
Yeah, she was in
She
Lucy.
was in Lucy,
Yeah, and
and
her, the guy that played the Joker, I forget his name, the actor's name.
Wa-
Keith
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, Joaquin
Joaquin.
Phoenix,
Okay,
the newest Joker, I guess. He's in that Her, right? Ray, I think that was him.
Yeah, he
what's the
fell in
name of
love with
that?
her.
What's the name of that Ray? The one you talking about?
Her H E
Her?
her
Oh yeah, that's the
HER.
one with
Watch
the
that
phone. That's
because
the phone, right?
yeah, it was like a little square phone,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a throwback. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that came out in 2011, I think.
and
Damn,
that
boy,
stuff is
that's a
happening
throwback.
now in the
Yeah,
world right now.
Chat GBT.
People
Yep.
are falling in love with AI companions and stuff like that. They got something called AI psychosis and stuff like that.
Damn, I forgot about that movie. I forgot she did play in that. You right. You right. She did play in that. But Lucy, I thought Lucy was interesting only because it was she was building a supercomputer. That's why, because I know you just said that black and white movie had a supercomputer. They was building a supercomputer in it, and that's basically what she was doing. At spoiler warning, that's what she was doing. That was her build up. Is her building a supercomputer in this empty ass room and turning all of human history information into a flash drive. So it was just like, damn, what if AI is gets so good that it can just feed information, all of human information, and just give it to us simultaneously. Boom, boom. Whatever you want to know about human history. Hey, what happened a million years ago? Well, this was what happened, et cetera, et cetera. Like it'll be at history would be at the tip of your fingers, literally all of human history. And that could be, I'm telling y'all, man, I just don't trust AI. I want to trust AI,
Would any
but
of
it's
you
too
guys
many
ever agree to get
examples why we
chipped?
shouldn't.
Would any of you guys ever agree to get chipped
Mm-mm.
No,
yourselves?
Nah, I'm too
no,
old school.
nah. Yeah, I'm good. If
What
it
was the
ain't
question?
cash or card, I'm
Would
good.
you agree to get chipped?
Oh hell no.
Oh no, I wouldn't either. But that's where they're also talking about things going. Like
Oh yeah, in the future I think it
the
will. It'll just be
the
easier for the AI to. It'll be the
exactly
first step of integration of being transhuman.
right? That's
Hmm.
scary. That's
And
scary.
but there is a positive. There's positive and negative, because it could AI could cure diseases, right? It could solve,
Mhm.
you know, problems we have globally, whether it be climate change or energy. It could discover new energy sources. It could end poverty. It could help us explore space. It could, just it could do a lot of good. But I
Right?
know, I
You're
know
you're
a lot of
right.
the stuff we're talking about.
Right
It's
now
like a
we could really go down the
it's like
conspiracy
the flip of
rabbit
a
hole with this
coin.
one.
It's almost like a two-sided coin. There's just as
Double-edged
seems
sword.
yeah, seems like there's just as much potential bad as there is potential good, right?
Right? I don't think I want something in my body that somebody else can control.
This is my example of AI when people say,
See you later,
it's
Leo.
the good outweighs the bad, which I agree with. I think it's more good than bad. But that one piece of evil could determine the the future existence of humanity. That one bad thing, y'all want to know what that is? All of AI going rogue. That you AI could be good doctors, AI could be great teachers, AI could be great engineers. We could, just like James said, we could find energy with AI. We can go to space with AI. But that one thing going rogue can end humanity as we
Well,
know it.
well,
No more
are you
Xbox.
just afraid of the? I ain't saying afraid. Do you just think the change is negative? Is that what you're saying? The change is negative?
I don't know. No, I don't think the change is negative. I think, like I said, AI can be good. AI can be good, but I think when it goes outside of teaching, when it goes outside of science, when it goes outside of engineering, I think it could be dangerous. I'm not saying is a AI is negative all overall, but what I will say is, of course, in the wrong hands, and of course, if there's a situation where the AI is rogue, it can possibly end humanity as we know it. Like
Yeah, like if it
power
goes off
grids are
and
shut
thinks,
down.
yeah, it's over here thinking to itself.
Yeah, yeah. It's having its own conscience. Once it begins to have its own conscience and realize I can do whatever I want to these human beings, they really can't do anything to me. They could shut down everything. Now, am I scared? I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm not scared. I would say I'm more afraid of what can happen. Like Scarlett said the other night, the generation after me, like my son, his children. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like in the wrong hands, AI can be dangerous, but in the right hands, AI can be useful. That's my take on AI. In the wrong hands, but like I said, that's in any situation. You give a person a gun, you give the wrong person a gun, 9 times out of 10, a shooting is going to happen. Hell, you give the wrong person any weapon, uh, something's bad is going to happen. But if you give the wrong person AI, I think it can. I think it can take over humanity.
Right?
But
It's
like he was saying, it could be for good or bad.
It could be. It
And
could go both ways.
right, as long as he ain't killing everybody, then I would consider it a net good.
right. And
Cause
it's like he says here that everything is a double-edged sword, pros and cons. Everything's dual purpose or consequences. I mean, it's true with like a pencil. I mean, you could write the greatest story, or sign somebody's check, or stab somebody in the eye and kill them. There's a lot of things you can do with a pencil, good and bad.
Damn right.
yeah,
Fucking
signed their
pencil.
death warrant.
Fucking
But
pencil.
My daddy whooped me back in the day because I accidentally stabbed somebody with a pencil. I didn't mean it. I had it in my hand. You know what I'm saying? We
it's
playing
possible.
around
My
and
mom
whoop.
actually stabbed her younger brother when she was little with a pencil.
See,
He was
see,
my uncle,
y'all,
my
y'all
uncle Fred's
sharpening,
father and her,
y'all
and
sharpening
she
y'all's pencils too
stabbed him with a
sharp.
Yeah,
pencil.
y'all trying to give
I'm
people
telling
lead
you.
poisoning.
That number two pencil, boy, the ones that you made you use at the EOGs. That's what we
Yeah,
call them down here, end of grade test.
yeah,
We
Them
was
number
playing
two
around.
pencils.
I had it in my hand, and I accidentally stabbed him in the arm. I didn't mean it. I don't even think he was bleeding.
yeah. See, you
It
know.
is what it is.
But I think it'll be. I don't know if you guys followed the Matrix, the way that played out in the
Oh
early
yes.
days, as far as
Hmm.
humans created AI and AI became integrated into society, and one of the things that happened, or it seemed like happened, is the AI got a consciousness, or at least a digital consciousness, and
Yeah, it was a dick.
was being mistreated by the humans. Like, we don't want to share, we don't want to turn over power, we don't want to be equals. So it ended up, led to war or whatever. I could see something like that happening, but I think it'd just be a lot worse, because other than them just trying to kill us or whatever, exterminate the humans, it would be apocalyptic to a great extent, because if they were in control of all of the, you know, our electrical grid and the water and medical and all that kind of stuff, we're shit out of luck if they just turn that away from us,
Hmm.
because it goes back to that losing basic skills. Like, oh, well, who has first aid? training and can stop bleeding. Well, the computer used to do that. I don't know how to do that. You know, it's like who can grow some food? Grow some food. We there hasn't been anybody that grew their own food in 100 years, you know, or whatever. It's like who knows how to do that.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it'll be a takeover if that ever happened. Like computers wanted to take over humanity, it'd be by the time they were able to do it, it would be easy, seemingly.
Like now.
Getting close to it, I think. You know, it's like they were talking earlier about driving a car that doesn't have a computer in it. I mean, I'm old enough to know about those vehicles, and yeah, it is so much different, so different. And they just, you know, there's some out there. There's analog equipment still out there, but it's rare.
And getting rarer,
Yep.
if that's a word.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. So AI is going to be pretty crazy. We can see the good, we can see the bad, we can see, you know, predictions about it of about the jobs. You know, we're talking like which jobs will go first, which second, third, and you know, entire careers will either go away or change or have to rethink what it is to have that career or something. School, we talked about how school could change, and just our personal lives in general because of having AI agents or assistants. And you know, then we talked about the chip a little bit. What happens when we eventually get to the point where we merge AI and humanity together? You
Hmm.
know, it's like, are we even human anymore at that point? So, and you know, I could see something if we last that long. I could see something where it's the chippers against the non-chippers, you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
and stuff. So there'll be all kinds of
Yes.
drama all along the way.
Yep.
You know,
That's
we
definitely that is going to be a split in society
you
for
know, and
sure.
it was either Baby Clay or somebody talking, and or you talking about the religious aspect as well, and there'll be the religious side of it, probably kind of an offshoot
Hmm.
of, hey, we don't believe in that. It'll be like the Amish or something, no AI
Yeah.
communities.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have people that worship it like a god
Exactly, exactly.
on
And
the
then
other
there you
extreme.
go. You start getting into the territory of like American gods, right? To where the belief in these things created those kind of new world gods. You had media, you had like you had these gods that came from our worship of this stuff. So it's just like it's funny how like you say like worship of these things, and if you get to like that sort of side of religion and stuff, if you believe in that sort of stuff, you know, what do we create from our belief in it?
Yeah, because I think a lot of it's the companion side, but the worker side, the helper side, the employee or whatever it may be sides to it all, that you're going to be able to have a robot, even if it's in a little square box or a humanoid actual robot or whatever, you're going to have this consciousness that thinks like a human at human level AI eventually. Does it have rights? Do you write new laws to give it rights? I mean, is it a thing? Like,
No.
you know,
No.
is it would it ever in your eyes get to that point to
No.
for,
I hope
for
not. Because then
That's
you got to think about it. If they make AI a part or give AI rights and like a human being, that eliminates actual human being rights. What rights should we give AI? Like, I mean, this is going to
You
be a
even
thing
think we're
though.
gonna have
This
a
is going to
choice?
be a thing. What you say? Will we have a choice for
Yeah,
what?
you
Which one?
think we're gonna have a choice? You think AI is gonna give us a choice to? to
I mean, we might not have a choice, but if it's a vote in bill, I don't think AI will get rights. If AI controls everything, like are you or like if you speaking about like how If they take over, damn, somebody racing. If they take over like the voting booths electronically, yeah, I don't think we have a chance. I think AI will give itself rights. But as far as I have a little bit more hope in our human race that they actually wouldn't give AI rights because that doesn't even it doesn't even sound right. My Xbox shouldn't have the right, shouldn't have any rights. My PC shouldn't have any rights. Chat GBT shouldn't have any rights. Sora shouldn't have any rights. That's just my opinion, though. You know what I'm saying? That, but like I said, I can see this being a thing in Congress or them fighting over this. You know what I'm saying? To pass rights over, pass some rights over the AI. I can see this being a thing, but I don't think it should happen.
The So I think part of the question about it having rights has to do with the fundamental question of, do you think that it's alive? Do you think like
Yeah.
it's
That's
alive and
it
intelligent?
could be a lie. If okay, so if the AI
Yeah, I
wants
think we have
rights,
to start there.
yeah, that's a great story too. Because if this is the case, if AI takes over the voting booths, you know, vote and print like just around the voting situation, if they are able to vote themselves into our bills of right, then I'm gonna be honest. It like you said, it's alive and it has a conscience. We need to get ready for whatever comes next.
Yeah,
Because
you don't
if
know
it's
something
able to
weird?
realize, hey, I need rights. I need my rights. AI gets up in the morning. Damn, what about AI rights? What about artificial intelligence rights?
So I was always
That means it's alive and conscious.
growing up. I was always told something that shows like self perseverance. If I'm saying that right, like they
Preservation.
yeah, self preservation. Um, that's a sign of life, and it's been doing that like all the time. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like people don't look at it like that now, but
Yeah.
you
It
you don't want
it
to back
it
it into a corner.
right. Whether it's still digital, but it thinks it has a thought process. Like, it's thinking like a human. We're kind of training it like that. So that's the thing. Like, as humans ourselves, we're creating something that's smarter than us. So does that mean we're creating the next thing in evolution beyond human? Like, are we creating our successor, or are we creating our God in our own image, kind of thing? Are we creating a true God for ourselves, or is it still just one of the greatest tools we've ever invented? We just have to figure out how to control it and not let it take us over. I think it can go a long way, and I think it will get to the point where the companion relationship, employee, whatever aspect to it. I don't know if it'll ever, get to the point where they want rights, or there's a group of humans that are lobbying saying that those AI employees are getting taken advantage of, or something, and try to fight for AI rights. I don't know how it'll play out, but I think a lot of us, especially our age, growing up with movies and the stories, we've always envisioned, if you say AI, a lot of people think robot, even with a lot of tasks that, whether it be working in a warehouse or being a policeman or whatever, a soldier, you think humanoid robot. But that's not the case. That's not how it's came to be. Like, in science fiction movies and stuff, a lot of that, the robots are humanoid a lot of times. But now that we see, well, there's drones, there's little robot dogs, there's all kinds of robots. And it doesn't have to be shaped like a human. It could be a little box, it could be whatever. And the only reason it needs to be shaped like a human is a couple of things: to do things that humans already created a machine to be, like, buttons and handles and stuff. You need a hand to operate it, maybe, because humans have hands. So a humanoid robot would fit certain situations in factories. Driving a truck, maybe if you had to drive an old school truck, but the new school drive themselves trucks don't even need a steering wheel. So why would you need a humanoid robot with arms and hands? You don't. The truck itself is the robot. So a lot of things it'll be where, the other reason you would need a humanoid maybe robot is for therapy or companionship type situation. You know, it's easier to fall in love with another humanoid than maybe a little box or something. A R2D2. So I think a lot of it's changed. And when we say AI and it having a consciousness and fighting for rights and things like that, it doesn't have to be a humanoid thing. It's going to be a digital thing. It's going to be something just sitting on a computer somewhere, a server, really, which is crazy to think about. And you might say, well, AI is going into the military or AI is going into the police force, and they're going to have these AI controlled drones and things that survey the city or drive around the city, self driving cars. Those are powered by AI.
They have AI
The,
building
yeah,
houses right now as we
yeah.
speak.
And that's the thing, like the device that builds the house is maybe controlled by AI and how it's built and stuff, but the AI is sitting on a computer. It's not the device itself, right? So the AI is independent of the device. So the AI that's fighting for rights may be the supercomputer that's controlling the government. Like there's not
Yep.
a little AI over here and a little AI over there. They hooked it into one massive system that one AI is doing all the AI stuff, whether it be flying a drone, flying a missile, making policy for the government, whatever. It's this one big central like AI type system, and it's not a humanoid, right? So the future will be weird when it comes to robotic consciousness, how that will play out.
I mean, I hate the. This is my hot take. When I see people listening to AI music, not like listening, like I'm talking about like treating it as if it was a real artist, not knowing that this. Because I heard my uncle listening to a song. I said, "You do know this is AI, right?" He said, "No, man, no, no, no. This ain't AI." I said, "Man, this is AI. This boy, you could tell." And like I said, I think in terms of music, it's great though. Like I love the AI music that I've been hearing from Scarlett, Dana, you James, and Discord and other things that I've heard online. I think that's a way that AI can excel in is music, because then you can be an artist and you don't necessarily have to show your face. Like what's what's my girl name that's saying Chandelier? She never showed her face. She always had a mask on. Is it Sia?
See ya,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Sia. I want to say Sia. So now she was the first evidence that you can actually sell a record without showing your face. So now AI will come into play where people, use their vocal skills, the skills that they have, put it on Sora or whichever, not Sora. What is it
Suno.
called?
Suno.
Suno, and use their musical talents on that and flip it into something. I think AI excels in that.
Yeah.
But I mean, outside of the big three, I'm sorry, I'm scared.
Yeah, and that's the thing, the creativity part of it. Is it taking away jobs or taking away creativity? Yeah, that's one answer. But at the same time, it could be helping people create stories or helping people, go forward and make life easier or tell their story easier. There's different ways to look at it for sure. But I think going in the future, whether it be the music, because I've found or see a lot of people like that as well. Baby Clay that's listening to music thinking it's a real artist and it's not, or watching maybe
And
even a
it's not,
little
yeah.
video, watching a video thinking it's real, or a commercial thinking it's real. And I mean, it looks kind of real, but you can kind of tell. But some people can't as much, or they're just not looking. They're not thinking about it as much. So I think going into the future, one of the biggest things, and I probably talked about it before, Dana, about how, let's just say, Baby Clay, about the music thing. Anybody and their brother can make a song, even if it is with their own voice, kind of, singing into the
Yep.
mic and then telling Suno, make me a rap song out of that or something. It's just a click of a button, and in 2 seconds, you're going to have a pretty damn good sounding rap song, probably. Well, anybody can do that. But can that same person get up on stage and then perform it live? That's going to be the difference, right? If someone can actually pick up a guitar and get on stage and play that song, whether they wrote it or got it from AI or wrote it themselves or whatever, if they can perform it live, that's the key. That's the difference. And, that's going to be the same way I think with movies. If you can just do whatever you want with movies and see anything, any style, and Hollywood is kind of went AI and everything's on the fake level. If you go to see a live performance, just like with music, a play, I think people are going to be blown away. And that's going to be a unique thing. That's going to be a thing where that shit was real. That shit was real. And it's going to be very impressive and very, give you cold chills kind of shit, because you'll be living, I think we'll all be living in what, not a fake world, but you know what I'm saying? Like a fake world, right? Because it's not going to
Yeah.
be like yesterday as far as music, when you had a few bands and had the radio and, they toured and that's how you got your music. Now everybody and their brother in their underwear in the middle of the night can make music like that, or a movie. So it'll come down to, it just kind of getting numb, a little bit numb, even though it's cool. I agree, it's cool. I use it. It's cool. It's a thing, and all that kind of stuff. But I think it just as a society, it'll kind of get numb that, well, you can see anything you want, you can hear anything you want at any moment, create it if it doesn't exist, and the real spectacle is going to be seeing somebody perform it live. So we'll
Yep. That's
see.
going to be the difference.
So we'll see. We'll see. It's a crazy world, though, that AI. It's like we said, it's got its good and bad, because I have family that's died of cancer and different things like that. If I knew AI could just solve that shit willy nilly, and nobody else has to go through that, that's a plus. How much bad would you give to get that good? To get that amount of good, would you, is it may not be a yin yang kind of thing, but the world is kind of like that a little bit. So maybe we have to give up some bad to get some of that good. I don't know.
Oh no,
I still don't
I
trust it.
really
I
don't.
still don't trust it.
It's going to be it is the future, though. There's no turning back, Dana, for sure. It is what it
Yeah,
is,
it ain't no
and
turning back now. Yep.
it's only going to
Either
get,
get on board or that's it, huh?
yeah, more and more. It's going to get more and more.
We're stuck on this train.
Yeah, I think, like going through the different things, whether it be fire, agriculture changed us, the printing press. I mean, that changed what we could know. I mean, mass printing of newspaper, the news, books. I mean, writing becoming a more common thing. People getting schooled, and why do I have to learn to read? Well, now you do. The printing press got invented. There's going to be these things called books and newspapers and stuff. You need to learn to read. So it kind of changed society. Electricity totally changed us. Internet totally changed us. AI is going to totally change us as well. Not just how we think. We were talking about the chip and stuff like that. It's going to change us. So it could possibly be the biggest changer of humanity out of all of that, because it may change us specifically, right? Like, get a chip. Now it's like chip people versus non-chip people and religious people, and we're going into this crazy high-tech future drama
Can I
of
have your surge protector, please?
people that are chipped.
Mhm.
Could you imagine Baby Clay sitting there? You're playing a game, Marvel Rivals or whatever, and you're doing all right, but you're struggling, But this other person is just, well, how'd you do that? Oh, I got a chip.
Shit, what you a chill for what?
to help them play the game and can
Oh, but they,
react faster than you can, predict what's
Your
about to happen
Neuralink or
faster than
something.
you can.
if only you knew the Marvel Rivals community. They probably already got that shit, and I just don't know it. Cause Lord of Jesus, but I mean, let me tell you, these gamers are using shit. You know what I'm saying? To stay up all night, get on. Now, don't get me wrong. I might get a Red Bull. I might get some coffee. 2 o'clock in the morning, I might be up playing a game. But there's no way in living hell I'm gonna get a chip, medication, or anything in that nature, not only to stay up, but to be better at the game. You have people out here taking prescribed, I'm not trying to say they're on hard drugs or anything, but it's prescribed medication. They get it to stay up and they get it to lock in. Like these people might go, let me tell you something. I'm not saying it's Timmy does this. It's a guy named It's Timmy that plays Apex. He did a 24-hour stream, James. Stayed up the whole 24 hours and did a bronze to pred speed run on Apex Legends. And that's one of the hardest things you can do in this universe. To do a stream, a 24-hour stream, going from bronze to Apex Predator. He did it in 24 hours. One of the biggest streams on Twitch.
At some point,
But
they're gonna burn out, and AI won't burn out, man.
Very true.
they, if anything, humans will burn out the AI. But yeah, I mean, believe it or not, you got people out here. You have gamers out here that accept the chip to get better at the game and to
Oh,
stay up
totally,
to play the
totally,
game.
totally.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
this gamer though, because it's not that fucking important.
So I haven't played games a lot. I guess one of the biggest games back when I did kind of do some online gaming was Battlefield, right? So in Battlefield, the hackers like would do things like their avatar or person player would be inside a building that you couldn't see, but they could see outside the building and just shoot everybody, and there's no way you could ever kill him because he's like stuck inside that building that you're not supposed to be able to go inside of or whatever. It's like a hack.
Yep.
Is a lot of that still going on, or have they kind of
Oh fuck yeah.
nipped that, figured out a way
See,
to?
I think that's Battlefield One. Battlefield One was heavy on the hacking, but Red Sec, the new Battlefield, they try to do away with the hackers, but the hackers are too good. They need to hire the hackers. That's what
They
they
need
need
to
to
take
do.
it back to Battlefield 2 and 3. Those were the best ones. If
The
they do
cheat,
that,
the cheater,
they'll make $1 million.
is
That's all they got to do.
it's a cheater epidemic. I'm telling you, it's
Still,
cheaters
it's
everywhere.
still a big thing, huh?
Yeah, it's bad. It's on every video game. It's just Battlefield,
Because
Apex, Call of Duty.
because I eventually got on Steam and stuff, but there was a time before Steam that I remember, right? So someone might have a server you're playing on, but the person that owns the server has to moderate it. There's no, Steam in the mix anywhere, or no something trying to fight the hackers.
They're probably the one cheating.
But eventually, you got onto Steam. Is it called Steam? Where you download or play the
Yeah.
games and
Yeah.
all that. So I didn't know if Steam maybe incorporated something that really tries to address that, or if they're still rampant.
James, you have people. I'm gonna give you an example.
I think
2K, the basketball game.
it's game per game. Like they all have different things and different setups for anti cheat and stuff like that.
Yeah, they do. They do. Every game has an
Yeah.
anti cheat. Like Call of Duty has Ricochet. Like they have a anti cheat company called Ricochet, and it works pretty well. But it doesn't immediately ban people once you report them, which I think they need to come out with a better system like that. But for example, 2K the basketball game. Say for instance, James, me and you are on the twos court. We game to 21, regular basketball, right? Okay, we get into the game and we beat guys by, like, say for instance we have the lead and it's 14 zip. They'll let us get the 14 zip because you want to know why? They're going to make the game lag and skip, and then eventually the game will kick you out because it's skipping so bad. Now this was happening to me every day on 2K. every day. Every as soon as I would have someone beat by like 12 to 6, they would immediately start lagging me with this app called Secret. And I'm just like, I've never seen the amount. Now, like I said, in 2020 during the pandemic, I didn't see as many cheaters.
You know,
But after the pandemic, it seemed like it's a cheater. But like I said, they have access to so much technology that they could come out with these things. It's like it's just not 2K. It's Call of Duty. You have people cheating on roadblocks. Who the fuck cheats on roadblocks?
That's just part of human nature, though, right? And I think that
It's
goes to
crazy.
show you, to me anyway, that's a big thing that tells us what's going to happen with AI. Well, there's going to be
you need to
those
plug it
people.
in first.
There's going to be all those kind of people, all those cheaters you're talking about, all those people that you think would get chipped just to do better with the game and stuff.
You
You've
need to
got all
plug it in
those kind of
first and
people.
then figure out where you're going to hang it.
You got all those people doing stuff like in the future going to use AI and could use it in a bad way. You know, I think the bad players would tie into people like that, maybe the big cheaters. Not, I know some people just kind of maybe do little stuff, but there's some like you're talking about, some big operators out there that would go to extreme lengths to cheat.
Yeah. Let me tell you this. I was playing Apex Legends, and this guy sent 100 bots to me. But I was in a rank game, and he sent 100 bots to try to unalive me on Apex Legends. But guess what? You can only fit 60 people in a lobby. And I was like, what the fuck? Well, yeah, I mean, it's just bad out here,
It's
man.
just everywhere, huh?
Game is bad. Yeah, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
So it's going to be crazy future, man. Way games are going to change and evolve, the way AI, computers, how all of that affects society because of a big part of because of the creativity side. Yeah, it's going to be in military. Yeah, it's going to be in medical. Yeah, it's going to be in industry and stuff like that. But just the creative side, how YouTube's going to work, how games are going to work, how even our cell phones probably will be affected and
Yep.
change. Our house, houses are becoming more and more interactive and alive. Our cars, especially, holy shit. I feel like, I drive a 2014 F 150 and I haven't upgraded yet. It's like, but some people's, my friends' cars that I get into that have like 2026s or something, it's like the Spaceship Enterprise, I feel like, or something, when I get in there. So it's pretty crazy. Caroline,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
start
question.
playing VR.
Can we control it? I don't know if we can, Caroline. Yeah, VR get pretty crazy too. Especially, you start combining the AI and the VR and the VR companions and stuff where you can like put on the VR and hang out with your AI girlfriend.
That's weird.
That'll be crazy. Yeah, I'm
That's
telling
weird.
you that. But just like you would say with everything is the cars and stuff like that. Like I remember Demolition Man had self driving cars. That's the first movie I can like remember that I've seen that had self driving cars back in the days. And this movie with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
They had self driving cars and shit, and he was going to use the ATM, and the ATM was talking back. He was just like, "Hey, just give me some money." I was just like, "Yo, now that if you watch that movie today, it may be like it's just some movies that are terrible, but it's you can't deny the fact that it's telling the future.
Yeah. The,
Demolition Man literally told the
yeah.
future
That was when Taco Bell, though, was the big restaurant to go to.
in Demolition Man, right?
Yeah, I think that was the
It,
Yeah,
it
movie.
yeah.
won it won the chain wars or something.
Yeah, yeah. It was
And the
like,
only music was like old commercials.
yeah, dude was like, "Oh, we're going to Taco Bell," and the guy that had been asleep for 50 years or 100 years, whatever it was, Sylvester
Like,
Stallone, he's like, "Taco Bell,"
yeah, they won the franchise wars.
and it was like a fancy restaurant looking.
Hmm.
And I gotta
That's
look
funny.
it up. I gotta ask ChatGPT. But I think the year that the movie was supposedly took place, I want to say it was 2000, like 2020. I gotta go look it up. Let me ask Google right quick.
Yeah, yeah. Stuff that does stuff like that never goes far enough into the future to predict things sometimes.
Right?
Idiocracy.
Yeah, oh, that's definitely a prophetic
Yeah,
movie.
that is that's some scary shit right there.
2032. 2032. That's when the year
Okay.
And,
stipulated
and
is.
and we're having water problems right now too.
Yep.
What movie you say, Ray?
Idiocracy.
Oh yeah, that's where my boy
Oh,
what's his
one of
name?
the
He Owens
Wilsons,
brother,
right?
I think. Wilson's,
One of the
yeah.
Wilson brothers, right?
Yep. Yep.
Owen
Yep.
Wilson, I think that's his name.
No, I think it
Yeah.
was Luke. I think
Luke.
Luke was
Yeah, I
in
think it
that one.
was Luke.
Luke
Yeah,
Wilson?
Luke.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was a that was a classic. But I don't know. I don't know.
And as I think of it, I believe there was some form of AI in that movie.
It
And
was kind of, sort of, in a
Or
yeah.
way.
there was the gamer chair with like the toilet.
I fell out when I said that.
You have to get up to use the bathroom.
Hey, that's
That cracked me up.
I just figured that'd be a that's going still going to be a thing.
They had a whole
Hey,
I'm
let's
show.
sorry,
do one
that's
ASAP.
They
like
had a whole
that's
show where
too
people were
if
just
our
farting.
society grows that lazy, that's like ridiculous. If you literally have to you don't move to even use the bathroom, something's wrong with the world. So
Uh,
we're in a bad, bad way.
yeah. I don't know. I bet we're getting there some kind of way.
I
Uh,
love that movie though. It was hilarious.
you know, now a toilet comes in all your office chairs, gaming chairs, and lazy boy recliners.
Right? That's insane.
Never have to get up again. Your AI kitchen will bring you food.
Right? Food's not even food, it's just a pellet. All we eat are pellets in the
I
future.
mean, technically, our robot is AI
The
because
hospitals are run
Vivian.
like the fast food places are run right now, where
Yeah.
you go to like a kiosk and push buttons and stuff.
Yep. And still get your order wrong though.
Yeah,
Yep.
Me too.
It's a crazy world.
Gatorade.
Right? Who drinks water anymore? Who drinks water?
A president that was a wrestler.
Yeah.
That movie's crazy. I actually saw it the other day.
Oh man,
Yeah. It's yeah. I think prophetic is the right word for that one. Idiocracy.
Yeah.
That's our society in the
And
future. I'm good.
that movie came out in 2005, by the way.
Hopefully, I'll be long gone before that shit.
Well, I think we talked about the most of it. The good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the maybe, maybe not, the hell no, the oh my god, that scares the shit out of me. The
Hmm.
just about every aspect of AI we kind of touched on. The different stages of how it's going to evolve, how it's going to kind of play into medical science, creativity, especially, and everything else. So I don't know, guys. We are, as we spoke, the last generation to kind of know the old world, how it was. Um, you know, even like Photoshop and stuff. Now it's AI. It's just it blows my mind the different programs how they're changing and adding in the AI. Making a website, you can just say what you want. Make an image, you just say what you want. Make a movie, just say what you want. Make a thumbnail, say what you want. Make a video for YouTube, say what you want. I mean, it's just that's crazy. That's crazy. Everything's a prompt.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
And it's
society,
only gonna get worse.
we're doomed. We're
if
doomed.
this was 2037, I would be on here with my three AI companions.
You have three of them, James. That wouldn't be too much for you to handle. Three AI personalities.
And no offense, baby Clay and Ray, but they all three may be girls, and they may just keep saying how much they love me and how great I am. And no, I'm just kidding. But
They're
yeah, the
just
future's
gonna
going to
they're
be
just they're just
That
gonna
cracks me.
flatter you into
yeah,
oblivion.
yeah, yeah. Flatter. This is the flatter stream. Thursday night flatter stream.
Just tell me how much you love me. Tell me how much you love me.
Uh, yeah, the world's going to be crazy. I mean, I think we'll live long enough to see it. We may not be a huge part of it, but I think the ages we are, we'll kind of go into it a little bit. But man, the
Yeah.
future just is going to be so different than what we even know or ever did know. The way society plays with it all. As far as there's down to driving your car, living in your house, the friends you have, the way you interact online or offline, or your job. I mean, just everything. Everything is going to be affected. But that's just the way it goes. Throughout history. That's what we do. We keep going as humans. That human nature
Damn
thing.
right.
It's a crazy thing, though. It's a crazy thing. I think human nature may be one of the craziest things in all of the universe. Like, just
Yeah. I agree.
the craziest thing. But we're talking about ourselves, I reckon.
Right?
Talking about ourselves. We live through it. We are it. We are what it is, kind of thing. And it's just a crazy time to be alive, really. I guess maybe people in ancient Egypt said that, man, what a time to be alive. They just invented the chariot. It's
Right?
like, wow, this is crazy. So, I don't know, but it does kind of, whether it be music or it's just everything about right now, not just one thing. Like, oh, we made it into space, and I think Baby Clay talked about James Webb Telescope. We doing crazy shit like that, or you know, but it's just we're doing crazy shit every which way. It's just crazy
Yeah.
times every which way, every way we look. It feels like.
Yeah, every day is something new.
Yep, yep. But all we can do is just stay in our little tiny little places and review our tiny little shows and remain unqualified. In my case, anyway, remain unqualified.
Right?
That's all right.
Not only you, James.
That's all right though. All right, so we'll wrap it up. Good talk. We went 2 hours, way longer than I thought I would, and we would, but it was a pretty good discussion with you guys. I really appreciate you. I know it's a little off the wall type subject. It's not
I know.
the
Thank you for having me.
the usual review, but I'd definitely love to hear you guys' side of it, especially you guys with kids. That kind of can tell a little side of it that I can't, and look at it different ways. And Dana, thanks for all the input and being here on panel. Baby Clay, thank you so much. Ray, Soul Taker, thank you so much for being on panel tonight.
And thank you for having me, man. Y'all have a good night.
Alrighty. Dana, anything going on? You got a stream coming up Saturday you might want to mention?
Oh, yes, we're going to be covering some San Diego Comic-Con trailers. So we're going to
Nice.
go over some new trailers, and I believe Scarlett will be back tomorrow night with Friday Night Fever.
Oh, nice. I
So,
knew she was
yes,
gaming. Yeah, she was
yeah,
gaming
she's
last night
gaming.
and
She's
back
gaming.
Friday Night Fever. That's been
Yeah.
a while.
So
That'll
I
be
don't know
fun.
what we're going to talk about, but I know that we will be back for Friday Night Fever tomorrow night.
Awesome, awesome. So look forward to that on Scarlett's channel. And Dana will be going over some trailers that were shown at San Diego Comic Con. Some new trailers for new shows and stuff. That'll be pretty exciting. There's some cool ones in there, and
There are.
yeah, we'll be talking about those. So can't wait for that. And Baby Clay, he's always posting and playing games. So check him out. All the links should be there
Damn
in the
right.
chat. I'll post them below in ways you guys can find them, the Discord and everything. And Ray as well, Soul Taker. Thanks for joining. And check out his channel as well. Alrighty. I will talk to you
Appreciate you for
guys
having me, bud.
later. Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
All right, good night.
See y'all.
Be safe.
Bye.
Peace.
With a whisper cold and low, a sickness in the air where the shadows grow. The streets turn quiet, the sun bled red. I heard the echoes of the words they said. Stay inside, don't make a sound. Lock your doors, the dead walk the ground. But I saw their faces through the cracked glass pane, empty eyes alive with pain. Oh, the fear, it crept like a